Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. Bionic Battler. Oh man, this has to be good, right? There's just something about the word bionic that's inherently cool. When you hear the word, you just know there's gonna be robots, or cybernetics, or the future, or in some cases, grappling hooks. And combine that with the inherent coolness that seemed to permeate everything in the 90s, and you basically had something guaranteed to have eyes on it. In this case, Bionic Battler was released in 1990 as an exclusive game for the Game Boy, and just to tantalize kids even further, it boasted 3D graphics. 3D at the time was a novelty, but 3D that you could take anywhere? I mean, yeah, most 3D games for the Game Boy were bad, but it was such a graphical leap forward we didn't care. We just wanted to be wowed by the looks. But it's when we get into the developer of the game that things get more interesting. The game was technically developed by Toei Animation. If that name sounds familiar, it's because they're one of the most well-known Japanese animation studios, producing hits such as Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, Digimon, and most recently One Piece. But over the years, they did dip their toes into video game development, albeit mostly through subcontracting, as Bionic Battler was technically developed by a company called Copia System Limited. Still though, Toei is involved, so that means the game is at least gonna look nice. Hopefully the gameplay holds up. Then again, 3D Game Boy game, I'm not holding my breath. The cover is, something alright. The two robots seem to have totally different styles, which don't blend with the environment at all, and also everything's exploding. Also, there's a surprisingly understated font given the words involved. Can the Game Boy handle this attempt at 3D? Charge up, it's Bionic Battler. Ooh. This music's a lot funkier than I would expect from Bionic Battler. Not that I'm complaining, this is nice. Okay, so the 3D is a little more Doom style. You know, original Doom, which is probably the way to go. Doesn't look that bad. Let's do this. One player. Oh, what? Valiant or serious? I wasn't prepared for this part of the exam. Serious. There it is! It's me! Alright, I've been eaten by the robot. Option, yes. Oh my god, music select. Gotta go disco. Go. Okay, oh, hi. Are you good or bad? Oh! I have punch. Bonk. What do you mean, no? What? Is there something else I should be doing? Lost? Hi. Good. What? What am I doing? Oh god, life is too complicated. Help. Help. Oh my god, there's a lot going on. Good. Wait, I can hold B. And shoot a thing. Wait, it said left. Oh, hi! Win. Level 1, win! Okay, I think I'm understanding what the point is here. And now I just leave. Oh, the music's great! Ah, yes, the commander. Hello, sir. I punched robots today. How are you? We have become one. I got paid $1. Is this my new favorite game ever? Level 4. So I just need to figure out a little bit more of how you actually play, but I think I'm getting the handle on it. So weirdly enough, my power is, on the left, not the right. Get back here, coward. Or, I'm sorry, no, my power's on the right, not the left. Dead. Lose. Oh, God. Okay, I just need to check the FAQ for a sec, just to make sure I'm doing this right. Hang on. You know something's good when it says, there is no possibility for a true walkthrough. Look around, the top left is the radar, the top right is my health. Alright, let's try this again. So it seems like each level is just completely separate from itself. Or from the other ones, anyway. Okay, so the top left is the radar. I see. And it explains when there's stuff near me. Now, the only question I have left... What? Who? Oh, hi. Oh, yeah? What if I missile you? Pew! Okay, again, the question I have is, what was with the robot that looked just like me? Lost? What? I just picked something up. Oh, wait a sec! That number in the bottom right... I see, there's multiple versions of me. It's like a war between us and them. Dead. So, it's actually more of an arcade game than anything. It's definitely a bit awkward. I will say the 3D isn't that bad. Left. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, I'm surrounded. Captain, help. I want to play as Valiant. Let me just pay attention to these numbers, see what happens. Yeah, okay, so there's 3 of us, 3 of them, and so there's other battles happening at the same time. And you can punch close range and shoot missiles long range. And then you get this long cutscene that you can't skip. You need to be shown shaking hands with the general. You know, now that I have a handle on the game, I'm kinda digging it. Certainly could be a lot better. Kinda wish it was a bit smoother. Kinda wish they gave me more than $1 as a reward, which I don't know what the money's for. Might just be like a score thing. But it controls alright, and the attempt at 3D actually works better here than a lot of attempts at 3D games. Okay, unfortunately I once again find myself surrounded. Run! Shoot. I think I need to rely more on my missiles. Man, I wish I could skip this cutscene. I mean, it's nice looking, but seeing it 100 times in the span of a minute is a bit much. Oh no, that's me! Yeah! Okay, so there are multiple versions of me, confirmed. I'm kinda surprised. This is fun. I mean, it took a little bit to figure out what the heck the game wants, but I'm kinda digging. Oh, you can't. Good. You can't actually charge your missiles. Lost. Oh shoot, one of us exploded. Hey, get back here. Missile. Damn it. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We're so close. I'm actually into this. Yeah, we won the robot war. Yeah, you know what? Bionic Battler? Pretty cool. Certainly has its flaws. And it's certainly kind of a limited game, given how few modes there are. I mean, there's literally one mode. Just randomly generated maps. But it's fun. And again, for early 3D, it looks really good. Hooray for Bionic Battler. See, I told you, anything with Bionic in the title is gonna be fun. Any attempt at 3D gameplay on the Game Boy is difficult, but making it more like Doom, a sort of faux 3D, actually made up of cleverly made 2D assets, eased the strain on the Game Boy and let them focus instead on making a pretty fun game. I loved the setup. It drops you and your enemies in a maze and just lets you fight it out. I'm not sure if the levels are randomly generated and it's just the difficulty that changes, or if the levels and enemies are all set in stone, but either way the battles were still fun. It felt like the kind of game you'd be sitting at in an arcade, but shrunk down graphically without losing the gameplay. That, coupled with the animation and the surprisingly fun music, made a genuinely enjoyable experience. But it's worth noting that, much like a lot of Game Boy games, it's a pretty limited experience. With no story mode to speak of and only 5 levels to play, there's really not that much to do. Now, ordinarily that's fine for arcade-like games, but something like this is really crying out for more. A story mode or ways to upgrade yourself as the enemies get harder, or heck, just more levels. As it stands, the game left me craving more, and not necessarily in a good way. And the gameplay itself was a touch awkward, with only 2 attacks, one of which requires you to be right up in the enemy's face, and the other taking several seconds to charge up. But I think I could have forgiven that if there was just more to the actual game. Bionic Battler is definitely a fun game, one that both looked and played well, but man, I wish there was more to it. As long as you go in knowing that there isn't a whole lot to the game, you're in for a fun robot battling experience. Again, Bionic makes anything better. Wait until you hear my idea for the Bionic Game Boy. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm BrianJ, and I'll see you next time.